Welcome back to Ulfenwatch. So we've got another update today, so that's our second main update about the game, and it also confirms that there will be weekly updates going forward, and it looks like that's going to continue for quite some time. So I'm expecting again this game towards the end of March, something like that. So we get these 3 new images, which I'll go through in a second. We also get an update to the Age of Sigmar Cursed City webpage, which unlocks a little part of that map and gives some more information. And what we get announced really is some of the troops of the undead legions, as well as one of their captains. We will start with the captain, Watch Captain Halgrim. During the purge of the city, the traitorous Watch Captain Alexander Halgrim was swift to swear himself and his warriors to the usurper's cause, rounding up many of the noble scions of the city in the Mournhold dungeons. After his fellow officers killed him for betraying his oaths to the city, necromancers raised the Watch Captain as a death rattle to lead the city's Ulfenwatch. Now little more than a rotting automaton, he follows every word of his new master's command. And in the Warhammer community article it says, hoping to receive the gift of Saltblight Cursed, Alexander Halgrim joined the traitorous purge of Ulfenwatch's nobility. And then it goes on to tell you how his officers didn't like that. They threw him into the sewer pit to be eaten by corpse rats. And then following that, his skeleton is raised up, quite likely by one of the other villains that we're going to be seeing in the coming weeks. And as we can see, we're now tying in even more of those initial images, so this is quite clearly the very same person. So then moving on to the legions that he commands, there's a bit of text from a new character called the Cursed City Crier. He's only mentioned in name, and I don't know if he's going to be an actual miniature in the game. I suspect not. However, he says, hear ye, meet the merciless Ulfenwatch, the skeleton militia that keep the streets free of defiance. Who can rid us of this undead menace? I'm the Cursed City Crier, and I'll be feeding you all this information you need to help rid this place of its undead scourge. So this is the first in a new series of weekly articles, so they'll be going through the heroes and villains as we go up to the launch of the game. But going back to these guys, these are the Ulfenwatch. So these was dug up by Gorslav the Gravekeeper, so he emptied the corpse gardens and crypt tunnels so that the city would have an army to beat down the locals. And they operate from their stronghold, which is called the Varngate. And as you can see here, one of their waddles carries a banner. So that is obviously going to translate over to Age of Sigmar, but it also means that he'll be able to rally the troops, and obviously he's going to be one of the first guys to hit when you take on this force. Finally, we can see that there is a new addition to the map. So the Varngate has been opened up and is now viewable. So that means there's only 3 left, which you cannot see. So the Varngate, the skeletal legions of Ulfenwatch fight out of this stronghold. So other than just updating the Cursed City website to include this new villain, the only other thing we get is another image, a quite harrowing image, just more artwork from the game. Piece of artwork just shows the Ulfenwatch kind of indiscriminately killing people in the streets. You can see people running away, you can see this small child is confronted by a member of the Ulfenwatch. You can see their banner in the background. That's been fairly well recreated on the miniature that is in the Ulfenwatch, that banner carrier. But what this image does is it's the first full colour image that we've received from the artwork of the game. So it does do a little bit more to set the tones. We can see some of the broken city streets. We can see how the locals are confronted by and reacting to the Ulfenwatch. But that does give us at least a bit of progress in terms of learning about the enemy. I think next week's update will be more leaned towards the heroes and who at least another one of those is. So if you want to discuss that further with me and the guys on the Cursed City Facebook group, there's a link in the description to go straight over there. So that's it for this week. Stay tuned for more. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you very soon for more Cursed City.